Good morning, students. Since in previous video we have seen that what is reproduction and types of reproduction. We have seen that reproduction are of two types, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. And we have also seen that asexual reproduction are of different types, that is fission, budding, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation, regeneration. Okay. So today we will discuss types of asexual reproduction. So we know that asexual reproduction is what? It is the mode of reproduction that involve the production of offspring by a single parent. So in asexual reproduction only single parent are involved. No fertilization or gamete formation takes place. Okay. So and we also know that in asexual reproduction the offspring which are formed, they are genetically similar, means they are similar to their parent cell, means they are clone, we can say they look identical. So now we will see the first type, that is fission. So the term fission means to divide, means the cell will divide. So in an organism is split to two or more new individual. Okay, it will split into two or more offspring or more new individuals are formed. So the types of fission, the fissions are of two types, that is binary fission and multiple fission. So binary means, in this what happened during binary fission, the parent cell divides into two cells. Pi means 2, so the parent cell will divide into two cells, and the cell which will divide, it can divide in a definite pattern also, and in non-definite, means it vary in different organism, like in some are directional whilst others are non-directional. Okay, so in bi means 2. So here the two new individuals are formed from a single parent, and in this the nucleus divide only once the nucleus divide. Example is amoeba, bacteria, euglena, etc. Second is what? Multiple fission. In multiple means the word only means many. So in this many new individuals are formed, and in this what? Nucleus divides repeatedly. Example plasmodium. Okay, so now we will see the types from this NCERT. The diagram we will see here, that how the binary fission and multiple fission takes place. Okay, so here is what the diagram is there, that we have seen that amoeba divided into two. Since amoeba is what? It is a unicellular organism, and in this it is of irregular shape. So in this it takes place in any pattern. Okay, so in this amoeba this is the parent cell, then the nucleus divide and it's split into two new individuals are formed. Okay, so it takes place from any pattern. But here we can see that this Leishmania. Okay, in Leishmania what? There is binary fission, but there is an indefinite pattern. Okay, and the here one point is there important, that the Leishmania is an organism which cause Kala Azar. Okay, and which have a weep-like structure at one end of the cell. We can see in the diagram also. Okay, and here what? In such organism, the binary fission occurs in a definite orientation. In this, the binary fission takes place in definite orientation, whereas in amoeba there is no proper orientation. Okay, now we will see multiple fission, that it takes place in Plasmodium. This is a causal organism for the malaria, which cause malaria. Okay, so here you can see that how the multiple fission takes place in Plasmodium, that the nucleus divided into repeatedly. Okay, repeatedly into many cells. So it is another single celled organism such as malarial parasite, Plasmodium. Okay, this divide into many daughter cells simultaneously by multiple fission. So by multiple fission it produce many daughter cell. So this is fission. That fission means the cell will divide, and fission are of two types: binary fission and multiple fission. Binary means two, means the organism will split into two new cells, and in multiple fission many new individuals will be formed. For example, Plasmodium. Okay, so first type we have seen that is fission. Now we will see the second type, that is regeneration. Okay, the second is what? Regeneration. So in regeneration, what? The regenerate means they again generate. Okay, the new individuals are formed. So in regeneration, what? The parent is broken or cut into multiple pieces, each gives rise to new individuals. If the parent cell is cut into many pieces or it is broken into many pieces, then that cut piece will regenerate into new individuals. This is an accidental process. For example, hydra, flat form, tapeworm, etc. Okay, there are many examples in which regeneration takes place. So you can see here the diagram also, that how the here example is of planaria, that this is a single parent cell and it is cut into three pieces, then again the new pieces develop into the new individuals. So the again means in this regeneration means again the new cut part is regenerated into new individuals. Second, we will see fragmentation. So in fragmentation also what happened? This is somewhat similar to regeneration. Means in this also what happened? Fragmentation, by the word only fragment, when the single individuals will be break down into many pieces, it will give rise to new individuals. So here also what happened? That the parents breaks into multiple pieces, and on maturity each of which give rise to new individuals, and it is seen in multicellular organism like Spirogyra. Okay, fragmentation is seen in multicellular organism. Okay, for example, it has been given that is Spirogyra. So here what you can see the diagram also. With the help of diagram we can see that this is what Spirogyra, and it is cut into three fragments. Okay, and the first fragment also grows into new individuals, the second fragment also grows into new individuals, and the third fragment also grows into new individuals. So in fragmentation, when parent breaks down into multiple pieces, they grow into new individuals. Okay. The next we will see vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation means from the vegetable, in this takes place in plants. Okay, vegetative propagation will only takes place in plants. So it is the mode of asexual reproduction in plants, and the plant parts are detached from the parent. Means detached means they are taken from the parent and form a new plant. Structures which help in vegetative propagation are called vegetative propagules. Means a structure which we can use like in potato, and that example has been given there. Okay, so example is what here? Rhizome, tuber, etc. So here you can see that vegetative propagation natural vegetative propagation, root, stem, leaves. These are the example. So how vegetative propagation takes place by stem. Okay, you can see here how vegetative propagation by stem in plants like strawberry. Okay, so in strawberry, how it developed, the new plant is developed from new individuals, or new plant is developed from the parent. Okay, so here you can see, here is artificial vegetative propagation. Okay, there are different types: cutting, layering, and grafting. So here artificial vegetative propagation, cutting, layering, and grafting. So cutting means we cut and we sealed it. Okay, and then there are more types of this. You will see in this. Okay, so how we have seen natural vegetative propagation by root, stem, and all this. Okay, so vegetative propagation by root. So here we see that how by root birds develop in thick fleshy root, which later when put into soil develop into new plants. For example, it has been given guava, sweet potato, dahlia. These are the examples of vegetative propagation by root, how the new individuals develop. Second, by stem. So in stem, second is by stem, runner, underground stem. Runner means stem that grow horizontally above the ground. Example has been given: grass, strawberry. Okay, then next is underground stem. Underground stem, in this you can see that potato tuber, which are fleshier underground storage structure. We have seen that birds give rise to aerial shoot under favorable condition. In ginger, rhizomes are modified stems formed underground. Birds appear at their nodes, which give rise to new plants. Onion bulbs are short underground vertical shoot with thickened leaves. Root emerges from underside of the stem. So these are the underground stem. Then next we will see by leaves. How by leaves this vegetative propagation takes place. Buds are formed along leaf margin, which later give rise to new plants. You all have seen bryophyllum is very common. We can see that from the leaf margin the new plants again develop, and it detaches and the new plants again develop. So these are the natural vegetative propagation by roots, stem, and by leaves. So we have seen natural vegetative propagation. Now we will see artificial vegetative propagation. So in this, the first is cutting. Okay, cutting, grafting, and layering we will see here. So first is cutting. We will cut a plant part is cut from the parent and put into soil, which later give rise to new plant. Okay, we will cut this plant part and we will put it into the soil. We will grow and the new plant will be arise. Like in this we can see, we can cut stem also, like in rose, sugarcane, and in root cutting, dahlia. Okay, so these are the artificial vegetative propagation. How we can do by cutting? There is two, that is stem cutting and root cutting. Stem cutting we can see in rose and sugarcane. There are many more examples also. Okay, and root cutting we can see in dahlia. Then we will see in how layering is done. Okay, so in layering we can see that how layering. Here what? New plants are formed from a stem of parent plant without detaching them initially from the parent. Means in this what we don't take from the parent plant. Okay, a variety of plants can be grown by this method like strawberry, guava, lemon, tannerose, etc. So in this, for example, very common example, we can say strawberry also from a single parent plant they grow. We don't take out, they again from there only, we don't take out from there, and again the new plant arise. Okay, so here is mound layering. A branch is put toward ground and then a part of it is covered with moist soil. New roots layer develop from this part, after which it gets detached from the parent plant. Okay, so this is layering. Next we will see grafting. How grafting is done. Okay, so next is grafting. In this word, stems cut from two different plants are attached to grow as a single plants. Means for example, we can take example of rose. We are taking red rose and white yellow rose. We will cut the stem and we will attach the two and we will grow the single plant. So that is grafting. This improves the quality of certain plants. Means we will get the quality of both in that single plant. So we can improve the quality of certain plant in this way. Okay, so we have seen natural propagation, vegetative propagation, two types, artificial also and natural also. Okay, in artificial we have seen cutting, layering and grafting, and in natural we have seen stem, leaves and roots. Next we will see spore formation. Okay, so in this spore, means this mainly takes place in the fungi. Okay, in fungi there is formation of spore. So here what? Formation of new individual by germination of spores, which we can't see with our naked eyes also. Okay, so spores are unicellular bodies in the parent that are capable of growing into new individuals. For example, spore formation in fungi, rhizopus. Okay, even in simple multicellular organism, specific reproductive parts can be identified. Okay, fungi is what? It is a multicellular organism. Okay, we will see. We all have generally seen the thread-like structure developed into bread. Okay. Have hyphae of the bread mold, that is rhizopus. So we have seen that in bread some green color like developed, that is what? Rhizopus. Okay, they are not reproductive parts. On the other hand, the tiny bulb on a stick structure are involved in reproduction. The bulbs are sporangia which contain cells or spores that eventually develop into new individuals. So what are the spores which are present? We can see here that how we can, okay, these are the what? Spores which will develop into new individuals, and the spores are covered by a thick ball that protect until they come into contact with another moist surface and they begin to grow. Means for this spores they need the moist condition to grow, because fungus mostly they always grow in the moisture. They need moisture to grow. Okay, and we have seen that mushroom is also the fungus. Okay, so it also need the moisture to grow. In mushroom also there is spores. Okay, so all the modes of reproduction that we have discussed so far allow new generation to be created from a single new individual. This is known as asexual reproduction. So today in this we have seen asexual reproduction types, that okay, and we have seen that in asexual reproduction what? Only single parent is required. There is no fertilization, there is no gamete formation, and all the new offspring which are formed from single parent, they look identical, means they are genetically similar to their parents, means we can't identify whether it is a parent or whether it is a new offspring. So they are, means we can say they are clone. Okay, so today we have completed the topic types of asexual reproduction. Next topic we will see in the next video. We will start after this, which topic? Sexual reproduction. So we have completed asexual reproduction. Thank you.